Oh, we're live. Nah, we knew. Just a bit of game prep. Yeah, a bit of game prep tonight, Shorty. How are you?
Welcome. What's up, Wednesdays? Smilers, campers, and everyone in between for our usual What's Up Wednesday session where Scott and Shorty comes to you live to give you updates of what's happening in the world of the Business of Smiles, the Miles for Smiles events. And there is a lot happening this week. We've got to share some exciting news. We've been limbering up the past half an hour, breaking a sweat, ready to rock and roll for next week. What's happening next week, Mr. Carson?
4 more sleeps, Shorty. 4 more sleeps until I meet you. 4 more sleeps until I meet a man that is so entrenched in my heart that I'm honored to know, that I'm honored to have his support, that I love, and I get to meet you, mate. And it's with purpose. You know, we weren't going to do that until October, but with everything that we do, it's our intention and purpose that we bring to the table that just brings this Business of Smiles to the next level, you know, because it is time to reconnect. It's time to bridge that gap. The time is now. Yeah. And we're doing it with a smile. And this is as much as this is a big, beautiful personal journey between you and I. This one's not even about us. So what's it about, Shorty?
This is about the communities. It's about connecting communities up here in the Northern Rivers. It's about bringing communities together to hear their stories, to listen, to ensure that they've been heard. We're not there to provide solutions or strategies or or anything like that. It's about holding space for allowing these communities to reconnect, to share their story, to be heard. And that's what we're about as the next week. You know, we're starting off at Evans Head, then we're in Lismore, and then we're in Mullumbimby's, three of the some hard hit areas up here in the Northern Rivers, and people who are out of their homes in local areas nearby who still haven't been able to go back into their homes, and there's still an emergency housing accommodation that we're gonna hang out and just have some breakfast with them. We're gonna hear their stories. We're gonna share some socks with them. Share that, you know, allow them just to get it all out. So, mate, it's going to be a pretty big week next week. I'm excited. I am super, super excited.
I'm super excited. I'm looking forward to some spag bowl from the Short family on Sunday night. Giddy up! But I want to go back to something you just brought up about handing out some socks, because with a beautiful donation from I'm going to say who it is, Jonathan Craig. Jonathan Craig's allowed us to have 400 pairs of socks to gift to the community. I'd love to double that. I'd love to double the amount of socks we can donate. Feel free, Shorty. Actually, can you chuck up the link, please, to the MyCause page? Yep. We'd like to obviously donate a lot more. Shorty and I, our biggest gift is our presence, and we're gonna be there, and we're gonna do that. So, but it does make a difference when we have socks with us, because it is about the socks. And one of the things that I actually got questioned about the other day was like they're going through devastation. Why are you taking smiles in there? And I'm like, that is a great point. I said, because this whole T-shirt represents a smile emerging from the darkness. It's not the problem. It's the problem. It's how we respond to the problem. It either creates the pain, the lesson, the opportunity. If we can find all three of those aspects by listening, learning, finding out more information, trying to find new ways to see things, then we're going to get the opportunity to grow.
Yep.
Smile emerging from the darkness. That's why we're there. You know, like, it's not coming in there to say anything that, you know, to say that, mate, here we are, listen to this. We're coming here to learn. So I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful that Jonathan Craig's made this happen, because without that support, these things just don't happen. Like, it's a big opportunity. So Yeah, so I'm pretty pumped. I'm pretty pumped to be doing this because I think people are amazing, and I've never met anybody who hasn't added value to my life. I'm going to repeat that. I've never met anybody who hasn't added value to my life, and I'm sure this journey is going to be no different. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to feeling the emotion of it. I'm looking forward to holding my mate Shorty and saying, "Bud, thank you for everything." You know, like it's just going to be wonderful. And we're going to share that journey with you because we want to share our lives, Shorty. I mean, that's what we're doing here. We share every part of us. So yeah, I'm looking forward to running with the kids from the living school too. That's going to be big. So do you actually want to share details around that for us, Shorty?
Love to. Thanks for the segue. So the itinerary for the next few days will be on the 19th of June. Mr. Carson and Jonathan will be picking up the motorhome and heading down to Evans Head, where we're going to be staying the night. And yours truly and the family and hopefully a few other special guests, you know who you are, will be joining us for our first little ceremony of us seeing each other. I picture, something like, those as they run on the beach.
Bit of Chariots of Fire, get it on.
Right? Something like that. Anyway, so we're going to hang out on and share some stories on Sunday night. Then on Monday, special thanks. There's a fair few special thanks we need to mention tonight.
Yeah.
Evans Head Rotary is supporting us and putting on the breakfast for the Evans Head community at the Komana Chapel, if I pronounce that right, in Evans Head. And the reason why this is a special place that we're having it is because this is where a lot of families have been evacuated to because they haven't been able to go back into their houses in local areas like Woodburn and places in that area around Evans Head. So Rotary of Evans Head, through the amazing president there, David Parker, is put on the whole breakfast and tea and coffee where we can sit around and have chats to the local communities and hand out those socks. So we're super appreciative. So thank you, David, for organising that. Then we lace up and we go for a little jog. And that jog is from Evans Head to Lismore. It's about 45 Ks. I drove it the other week, and it's going to be a little bit of hopping over potholes that can fit a size of a small car, and dodging semi-trailers traveling at 100 Ks an hour. So that should be fun. I'm looking forward to that. I've got my mouthguard and headgear ready to go. So sharing some stories along that run as well. We get into Lismore on Monday evening, where we'll be setting up camp in the Lismore area. And then on Tuesday morning, Tuesday the 21st, with special thanks to the Living School, Southern Cross University, and the Rotary Networking Group of Lismore. Once again, Rotary Networking Group of Lismore is coming to the party to help us to put on a breakfast for the local community in Lismore. So there'll be bacon and eggs cracking away, where we can actually then sit down, have conversations, and hand out socks. So we're really excited to that because that's going to be outside the Living School campus, which they've had to relocate to the university. So they've come together to really support this. And as we leave Lismore, we've got the kids running with us for a couple of Ks outside, getting up to the top of the university, and hopefully depends on who lasts through town as well, through the Lismore town. So we're really looking forward to do that because, the kids have gone through so much, and to actually see them come together, it'll be a pretty special event. Then what happens? We go from Lismore and we're off again to Mullumbimby, where we run approximately around about another 45 Ks to Mullen, where we camp out again. And then on the Wednesday, the 22nd, thanks to Rotary Mullumbimby, they're also supporting us along this journey. They're going to be putting on breakfast once again for the Mullumbimby community on the Wednesday, the 22nd of June. So that's at St. Martin's Chapel out in the grounds there. So that's really, once again, super appreciative of coming on board and helping us to support this incredible event. You know, it's so amazing how people have come together, the communities have come together. They've helped out so many different groups, but this is just it's just a testament of what happens when people come together. And that's where we finish up in Mullumbimby on Wednesday, the 22nd of June. So it's going to be a big 3 days to get through. Lots of run. I reckon it's going to take us a good, probably 5-6 hours to do that run, because there's some good hills, good potholes, and lots of cars to dodge at the same time. But we've got a great support crew, and we're ready to rock and roll. So that's the itinerary. There's obviously some stuff in between that where probably will come up and present itself, but we'll deal with it as we go along. So super appreciative to the Rotary group of Evans Head, Networking Rotary of Lismore, and also Mullumbimby Rotary Group. Plus, we've got the likes of the Living School, we've got the likes of in Lismore, we've got the Elders Group, Patch and Taylor, the Lifestyle Group coming to help with the barbecue as well. So it's just so many people have gone, yep, I'll be there, Shorty. No worries, I'll help you out. So really, really appreciate it. And we'll have our good friend, Mazza Murray Parr, coming in and dishing out some hugs. Hopefully you'll get his trustworthy hands on our bodies. Woo-hoo-hoo, once again. So looking forward to that as well. So, mate, that's the itinerary in short, so to speak.
I love it, right? Because I don't know how this is going to come out. We're going to go with it. I've never so much look forward to having a man's hands on me. Big Muzz Pa, I can't wait to get your hands on me. Get smash those calves for me. Giddy up. I love it. I'm saying, but it's here's the thing, Shorty. I want to go back to basics a little bit and talk about the journey even to this point. We're both a part of the Campfire Project. It's a passionate project that I do a little bit inside with the help of Alan Stevens, Angela Heiser, and Kylie Hutchinson, Kim Dunlop, amazing people, Karen Chaston, just amazing people, where we have conversations about all things life with nothing off the table. And we met through that. I'll tell you about a dream. You jump straight on board for support. We're coming up nearly 2 years later, Shorty. In that 2 years, we've had successes, we've had things not go right, we've had opportunities go sideways. We trained up last year, a lot of training, putting into getting a run for Sydney to Melbourne. Didn't happen. So we took life's opportunity and made it into something amazing. We went and walked in our communities and said thank you to people for doing their best. We've done lots of walks and community engagements, presentations. And then on Sunday, we get to meet. Like, I can't begin to explain to you how much purpose this has given me. How much it's filling my heart to spend this time with others and with you, just because we're up for having a crack. And even in this moment that we are going to have a special moment, you and I, it's actually not about us. And I love that. I love the help and the support we have to make these things happen. Martin Jones, Andrew Marshall, Janelle, Alan, I'm missing Val, Jan, you got Mars, you got all these beautiful people, Big Bruce doing poetry. Like, geez, we've got our own bloody poet. We've got our own poet inside the Business of Smiles. How beautiful is that? But everything comes back to where we stand with our motto. It's time to reconnect. It's time to bridge the gap. Time is now. We do it with a smile. How you feeling about it, Shorty? How you feeling?
Uh, it's such a laid question because it depends. Like my connection with you, mate, is just out of this world. That's one layer. And that's like at the core of it. And to actually know that's to realize we can embrace on a big man burly hug, I'm super excited. Right? I don't know if you ever seen the NRL grand final trophy. That's the picture I have in my head where there's this big tall guy looking down at the shorter guy and then the got all mud all over them. That's what I have in my head, right? And I think and that's that's on that deep core layer. And that's the feeling of just raw. That's love. That's the essence of love right there. And then having that combined in the flesh energy of both of us, like we both know we're pretty special when we get out into the communities and have conversations with those in the community. We both know we have impact. But when we're together, holy moly, I'm just like, wow, it's just like, the force is just combined with Shazam, which is just combined with all other hero sayings all in one event. It's going to be pretty bloody amazing. And to have that impact on the local communities, once again, not there to provide advice or solutions, but just to hold space. The people that I've been talking to in these communities, they just want to be heard. They just want space to cry, to laugh, to talk, to share stories, just to open up, because they're just going go, 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 go. And it's just, I'm really looking forward to combining our energies and just holding space for communities as we go through this, because I know energetically, I know emotionally, I know spiritually, it will be a very, very special few days.
Yeah, I love that because and that's something I too am looking forward to, is the energy side of things, because, you and I are both big fans of Stephen Covey, and he talks about 1 + 1 = 3 or more. How does that work, right? How does 1 + 1 = 3 or more? It's because of the combined energy, and the prime example of you and I is, like, I am hopeless at tech. Like, don't make no mistake about it. I'm surprised I can even turn up here every week, to be honest.
I was waiting for this.
But today I was in my element when I was trying to give Shorty some measurements. I said 1200 by 600. He goes, "What?" I said 1200 by 600. That's how big the sign's got to be, right? And I'm like, so that's what I bring to the table. Because like that's so what does 1 + 1 = 3 mean? We're about to find out. You're about to find out we're two blokes that are so different, that aren't different, what they can do together. You see this every week on the screen. We pop up on the screen and we talk, and we have very different lives. We're both working hard behind the scenes in other things, and we come together. 1 + 1 = 3 is the business of smiles. The business of smiles is created because of the 1 + 1. So it's much bigger than 3. And that's the energy, and that's the excitement, and I love that. And I've recently been reading Stephen Covey again, just to refine, and it's amazing every time you listen to it, you hear something different. However, the 1 + 1, I can't wait to see what that entails, because already it doesn't just equal 1 + 1. Jonathan Craig, Murray Parr, Leaving School. Hey, Mick, how are you, mate? So, and then, then you got the Rotary clubs, then we've got the communities. Already 1 + 1 is far outweighing 1 + 1. And that's the magic of things when we can find ways to support one another and grow through opportunities. And this is, like, make no mistake, like, I'm nervous, Shorty. I am nervous. I'm coming to a place where I don't know what's needed. I don't know what I'm going to say. But I do know I'm going to listen. I do know I want to understand. I do want people to feel like they're heard and understood. Whatever it takes, whatever time it takes, whatever. We've got a set agenda, but I can see that just being what it is, because people are so important. And I just, I want to honor something about this journey. Mick Hawes just popped up, sponsored a leg to make this happen. Bayway Building Surveyors, Black Fox Real Estate, Wye River Caravan Park, Kirsten from Granted, Timmy and Rosie. Like, everybody's chipped in to make this journey happen. And it doesn't happen without that 1 + 1 = a bigger picture. Right. And that's the magic of it. And I'm truly grateful. Like, if you and I sent out a little message to everybody who sponsored us for this opportunity, because if people didn't sponsor the 4x4x48, this opportunity wouldn't have even happened. Now we've got the opportunity to do something even greater, because 1 + 1, it grows. So I'm going to ask people to think about that. Where can they have a 1 + 1 = 3? And I wasn't me, squirrel, sidetracked going down it, but I love this. I love what we can create when we come together, because it is time to reconnect. And we don't have to be in each other's presence physically, but you can see what's being done virtually. Anything on that, Shorty?
Yeah, I'm going to I want to take that and just give an example of how that happened over the weekend, last weekend.
Yeah.
I took Lily's rep basketball team up here in Byron, under 16 girls team, to Bathurst. I'm the manager of the team, and we got some sponsors on board, and the business of Smiles sponsored the team through their socks. And we got down there freezing, mind you. It's cold. I heard it was colder than Melbourne. Can you believe it? 4 degrees.
I don't believe it.
And we got down there and we played 2 games on the Saturday, and they won both games. Pretty amazing. Then on Saturday night, we cooked dinner, and then they played 2 games on the Sunday. And Sunday night, I did a little ceremony to acknowledge the girls and of what they've come through, and they won their 2 games on the Sunday. So they got through the quarterfinals, and they won the quarterfinals. So they're undefeated 4 games in. And I gave them all a pair of socks, and I shared the sock story with them about our dark days. Sometimes we play good, sometimes we don't play so well. But it's about having your teammates around you, supporting you in those days, lifting you up, providing more yellow in those dark days. No matter what you're going through at school or on the court or just in life in general. And we had a chat about that. And they said to me on the Sunday night, when, not if, but when we get into the grand final, we're all going to wear these socks. It was just like, and that all just with such certainty. Next morning, on Monday morning, first game up, smashed them. They won the semi-final, straight into the grand final. There's about an hour and a half between games. Out come the socks. And just to see their smiles as they put on these socks was absolutely beautiful to watch. And you could see them all, like that's the brightness of these bright yellow socks out on the court was absolutely beautiful. They came together. They fought hard over the weekend. 5 games undefeated. And they got to the grand final. And you could see all the socks line up. My daughter Lily, she's the captain, and she starts every time a timeout. Every time they go in, she goes, B's on 3, 1, 2, 3, B's. And like she just gives it all, this kid. It's just amazing to watch. They came together, they played hard. The defense was just next level. And they won the grand final.
Hey!
Country champions. And just to watch that come together as a team, like you could take that into a community, take that into a school, take that into a workplace, but come together to acknowledge people's dark days. That knowing that we all have them, we all go through them, but coming together as a team around you, it was beautiful to watch. So that is a real life powerful story of what these socks can do just by having a conversation around them. Absolutely beautiful.
They're no ordinary socks, Shorty. They create smiles, but acknowledge you as the beautiful human that you are. One plus one equals more than 3. Even with a pair of socks, you got 2 socks. If they start conversations with you and the person you hand them to, with that person and someone who sees them, and it's the story they tell when they share it. Like, one of the greatest things about this is Lily will share her story in her eyes. You know, it's just wonderful.
And if I could just jump in there, imagine what that has done to the team, but imagine what it could do to a community. We have 400 socks to give out. Let's make it 800. What could that equal? What could 1 plus 1, 1 sock plus 1 sock, what could that equal? And the impact that could have on a community now, that's pretty priceless.
I can't wait to find out. I can't wait. I really can't. And
Pumped.
Same, because like we spend a lot of time, and it's wonderful time. It's all enjoyment, getting to know people, sharing the opportunities with communities, but we've never done anything on the scale like this, and I can't wait to see what we can create. So, but here's something that I do want to grab, right? Because this doesn't happen without everybody sitting here and joining us. It doesn't happen without your support. And your support can be a little bit of, hey, go guys, go get them. Go get out there and get amongst it. Hey guys, great job out there. Awesome. That's lifting the energy. It's lifting our spirits. It's lifting the opportunities. You are a part of this journey. By sitting here, listening to this conversation, you are a part of this journey. From my heart to yours, thank you so much. So much. Because it does not happen if we don't do this together. 1 plus 1 equals 3 or more. And I'm going to keep saying that all weekend. 1 plus 1 equals 3 or more. Oh, I got tingles, Shorty. I seriously have tingles. And it's because, nearly 2 years of our lives comes to this point on Sunday where we meet for the first time, and I'm genuinely looking forward to it, mate. I'm genuinely looking forward to looking like a trophy. So, giddy up. Well, so on that, Shorty, is there anything that you feel needs to be said right now?
Just thank you. Thank you for those following the journey. Thank you for being part of the journey. Thank you for having your part in the journey, because your part makes us the whole. Your part, every single step that you do, that you follow, that you comment, that you get a pair of socks, that you donate, whatever it is, cheer us on. That is part of the journey. So I just want to say from my heart to yours, thank you so much for allowing us to do this, to continue to the journey, to connect communities, to really make a difference in people's lives. So I just want to say thank you.
Yeah, I love it. I'm gonna leave it on that because I've same sentiment. Smilers, campers, amazing human beings. Thank you again for joining us on a What's Up Wednesday. Have a marvelous week. We can probably do a wrap up next Wednesday about the journey. Although I do feel that people are going to get a lot of crosses, a lot of lives, and just share the journey with people because they're on the journey with us. So thank you. On that note, where is that bloody button?
I'm going to show you next week.
It's going to be even worse on the road. I'm bad enough now. What's it going to be like when we're on the road and I haven't got my usual stuff? Oh, no. I'm sorry, everybody. Oh, here it is. All right. Ciao. See you.